Blue cheese. Trev, do you like blue cheese? Blue cheese. Some people think of it as an off flavour. I tend to like it. Again, there are some really powerful porters that I've had that have this blue cheese type of vibe going through them. I don't mind it actually. I think it's quite nice. It reminds me a little bit of the other thing that you sometimes get in saisons and in these sort of Belgium styles. Blue cheese can run through that, as can sweaty socks. These are my socks actually. Trev, you wearing socks today? Oh yeah. Okay. Well anyway, I'll keep mine. I'm not going to eat these, people, but if you smell, that sort of slightly pungent aroma, then again that can put you in mind of Belgium sort of farmhouse artisanal beers that have this very yeasty sort of vibe to them. And talking of yeast, here I've got some fresh yeast. After the show we can bake some buns together, Trev, can't we?
With cinnamon.
With cinnamon in them. I'm not going to eat too much of this because otherwise it expands to 8 times its original size. But have you ever eaten yeast? It's awful. Anyway, that doughy yeast sort of thing.
And that'll help.
It does help, Trev. It does help. That doughy yeast thing, again, it's very, very common. In fact, in beers that have slightly gone a bit too far sometimes, when you get that overly yeasty, I'm smelling it now, overly yeasty, almost stale types of smells. Not one that I'd really want to look out for. Soy sauce, Trev. Soy sauce. I get that a lot, again, in darker beers. I want to make a mess. Very salty. But again, and quite meaty. There are a lot of beers, I think again if you check on the blog you'll see that I describe them as being meaty. You know, black lagers for instance have that, you know, when they've got really dark charcoal sort of malts to them, they impart this very sort of very bitter, roasted, charred sort of flavours, barbecue flavours basically. Soy sauce has got that written all over it.
Gonna be sick.
Onion. No, fine, I can eat anything. Onion. Now we're going to have to go towards stranger sorts of beers now. These aren't the sorts of beers that you normally try. Yeah, I know what you... If you could see everyone, if you could see Trev, he's going, go and eat it all, go and eat it all, bite it, whatever it is. Come and sit here for a minute and try it. Now, if we look at other some stranger sorts of beers, beers that can I peel it first, Trev? Is that all right? Beers that that have a very acidic, funky sort of character to them. Beers like Flemish brown ales, Gerzers, Lambics. Some of these have very, very strange sorts of flavours. One of them I get is onion. I get onion, red onion. So let's try that. Hold on. Definitely get a little bit of that there. Hang on a minute. And now normally balsamic vinegar. Now I couldn't get the dark stuff, I only got the white stuff. But the combination of the two there does put me in mind of these. Very refreshing actually. It doesn't look good, I'll give you that. It doesn't look good, but they can taste absolutely fantastic and extremely uplifting if you get a really nice sort of Gerzer. I had one the other day actually.
Is your nose running?
Huh?
Is your nose running?
My nose is running, it's all going Pete Tong, Trev. But anyway, we'll soldier on because we're like that. So I had a Gerzer the other day and it was all red onion and balsamic vinegar. Very sort of challenging flavours, but at the same time light, and the acidity in them was just so incredibly refreshing. In small doses, absolutely gorgeous drink. Another thing that you tend to find, mineral qualities. People underestimate mineral qualities. The water in beer is very important, people. 96% roughly of most of the beers that you're going to be drinking comprise of water, and where the water comes from can actually add an awful lot of flavour. It's like a house character to the beers. There's a part of the UK called Burton-on-Trent. Once recognised as the capital of worldwide brewing, where they have very Burtonised water, they call it, very mineral rich, and you'll find that in other breweries around the world. And I always talk about licking wet stones, or putting a wet stone in the mouth. And if you do that, you tend to get that mineral, like, I should wash that properly first, Trev. That's what was on it. You tend to get this mineral type of quality, like licking an oyster shell, I always say. That's that sort of effect. Try it. Try it at home, everyone. Lastly, but not leastly, oh, hang on. Yeah, another thing that you can also find in some beers, a little bit of an off flavour for me, soap. Soap is a flavour that I find, there's a couple of Swedish microbreweries actually, Jämtlands being one of them, where I personally detect quite a lot of soapy quality to the beers. It reminds me of that. It reminds me of that much of, looking a little bit of yes.
You
bit of
coward.
Beer. Do you want some, Trev? Oh, it's lemon. Is it lemon? Oh, it's original. Oh, I should have known. I should have bought the lemon. I like that one a lot better. Hang on a minute. So, look out for that, because lemon is another flavour that you'll often pick out in beer. Wine, barley wines. Ever heard of those, Trev? I'm only drinking this to get rid of the lemon. Barley wines. They're beers, okay, and they're very malty. They're very strong. Normally between 9–14%. Got a great history, great story behind them. Were basically brewed by the English as a sort of a two fingers up at the French, and the style evolved from there. It becomes more wine-like as you age it. So winey sort of tones are actually pretty common in beer. Another alcoholic reference point is sort of, here we got Calvados. Calvados, Madeira, sherry, all these sorts of alcohol flavours you can pick up in an awful lot of beers. They're exhibiting, blimey Trev, you'd like that, I tell you, that makes your eyes water. They exhibit a lot of these sorts of flavours, particularly as they mature in the bottle. If they're bottle conditioned and they're allowed to evolve, they start to pick out these alcohol tones, these alcoholic tones. I found a lot of sherry, for instance, in the Mikkeller 1000 IBUs the other day. So, you know, when you're tasting, try and think of other reference points, other alcoholic drinks that you've also enjoyed, because I promise you they're there, they're in there somewhere. Vinegar. Well, that was with the, I don't really need to try that, do I? That was with the onion and the thing. But yeah, I tend to find, actually, this is this stuff you put your herring in, yeah? If you combine this with this, and then this is pretty much, I would say, what most of the really cheap 7.2 or the strong lagers in this country taste like. It's really basically a combination of these three. I'm not going to put them in my mouth, Trev. I think we've done it. We've done it, Trev. Well, there you have it, people. I've ruined my palate, so you can get to understand a little bit more about the flavours and the aromas of beer. Try this at home. Please record it as well and send it in to Beer Sweden if you ever do it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go and wash my mouth out with, I don't know.
Yes.
With yes. It's been a lot of fun. So until next time, cheers and hopefully beers.